welcome to my channel. My name is Kamira and this is my review for Put a Ring on It Season 2 Episode 11. This is the reunion episode and like it's kind of bittersweet because the show is over. Anyway, you guys, okay. The next show I'm going to be reviewing will probably be Ready to Love when it comes back on. The show opens up with Egypt being the host. She introduces all the couples. And I was like, she should have said Darian and Kai. But I'm just saying. She said, you know, Eric and Jessica, Sean and LaRonda. Then it was like Alexia, hi. And then Darian, hi. I was like, I want to add Kai. Ooh, look, that rhyme. Anyway, so she asked Sean and LaRonda, like, why do the process? He said it's opened up his eyes to see how much he really loves her. It said, did y'all get what y'all came for when it came to Alexia and Darian? He said it was gonna be like a make or break type situation, and he wanted to get the full experience. He did. It reminded me of like how Mia from Real Housewives of Potomac was just like, you did, and I was just like, Darian, he did. Dr. Nicole, they flash back to like some of her gems that she has dropped when she said like feelings are not facts, and when she says that, you know, anybody has the right to leave and get off the like hamster wheel and like find a different route. Dr. Nicole says the process is about managing yourself. It pushes you to make decisions. The feedback Dr. Nicole says has been positive. She's in awe of people, you know, saying how it's entertaining, but it also gives you things to talk about in your current situation. Eric says he fed into the process. Jessica says she had a harder time, but like saw him do it and wanted to do it as well. Sean said Dr. Nicole is genuine. Alexia said she gave her analogy, like, have you ever played a game where you bet against yourself? She was just like, no. She was like, well, you're kind of doing that now because you're not trusting yourself. You're trusting what he says or whoever says. And it's kind of like betting against yourself. So she says again that like if Kai would not have said this, she would not have known. And it does kind of seem like that as it plays out. But Darian said that everything he did was from his gut. I'm just like, your gut or like your penis. But anyway, next we see the scene with like Sean and LaRonda. It wasn't too much. I mean, it could have really just been the Kai, Darian, and Alexia show, to be honest. But real quick, they showed the whole Sean throwing up after his head, like peanut butter and jelly, I think it was. And, you know, they're talking about how it was an emotional roller coaster. And she realized that she's super enabling. I'm pretty sure online she's heard all of the commentary, so there was that. Egypt says she does feel the love in the room between them two. Okay, great. They show their dates. It was Sir James to his cute self, Brittany, she's cute too, and Derek. They came on. Sir James made this like joke about like LaRonda and Sean being her son, something like that. I mean, yeah, how long was that? Look, okay, how long was their segment? And y'all chose that from Sir James? It was annoying. Sean was irritated. He was just like, you know, you 40 years old playing flag football. Like, what's going on there? Brittany says the third date was misleading some kind of way. I guess she thought that it could have been more dates and it just wasn't. Derek says Sean is lucky to have her. Let's move on. Next we see Eric and Jessica. They go through their whole like, you know, time on the show. Eric and Jessica says they realize that whatever they have or what they have is worth it. I guess worth fighting for, worth salvaging. So they're going to continue. They show the dates with Leilani and Sean. Both were like touchy-feely with Leilani, but Jessica was too when it came to the bodybuilder guy. Sean got emotional. They showed that clip. He says it's because he was disappointed. Egypt said, well, do you think that if Eric was not in the picture, you and her would have a real shot? He said, yeah. Leilani says they had great chemistry. Eric says her energy was great. Leilani said that he wasn't doing the Darian. He was not trying to like ask for her number outside of filming or like, you know, do anything that was disrespectful. However, Jessica thinks that her being so touchy was already disrespectful. We already heard that part though in the season, so did it really have to be recapped right here? I don't think so. Eric says he's learned that temptation is real. I mean, you were a football player, so I'm pretty sure you know what temptation is looking like. But he loves affection, so he was drawn to that part of Leilani. They both agree they're still a work in progress. Next scene. Now here we go. So we see Alexia and Darian. They go through their whole time on the show from the beginning to the end. Alexia said it's hard to watch because she did see progress and she would have never known had Kai not said this to, I guess, production or during that meeting. Egypt says, it seems like you had a turning point, Darian, where you decided to, okay, let me go ahead and switch on to 100% focusing on Alexia. He says, but it was all one-sided. I guess he wasn't getting what he needed back from Alexia. He says, I didn't see marriage coming. Egypt said, well, what was missing? He said, great sex. Alexia says she stopped having sex with him because she had suspicions that he was something was going on with him. He told Dr. Nicole and called production saying that he wanted to come back on the show apparently and go ahead and propose to her. Now, was it for the right reasons? Was it for more time on the show? What was it really for? She said he was going to give her the proper proposal. He was like, yes, facts. So when was that? Because at that point, they had already left the show. So I need more information on these timelines. But anyway, apparently Darian told Alexia that he did not really like Kai like that. And he told her they only had sex one time. I guess on that day or during the process. I don't know. Then she made a comment Kai took her clothes off in the parking lot. I guess after the third date when they had sex. What's going on? So Darian says, yes, I wanted to marry her and get her a ring. But why? It's so weird seeing them talk to each other during this whole process. It was just very odd to me because it's they hate each other or they just have such dislike or disdain for each other where it's just weird. Did y'all ever love each other? Because it just was off to me. Egypt says, well, how did your actions show that? He says, I couldn't fix it. What I'm supposed to do now? Nothing else to do but go ahead and split. I'm just you try harder. Egypt says, well, are y'all together now? They're both no. He said it was my choice. She was no, I won't let you come back home, blah, 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 blah. He says he tried for a week to get her back, I guess, and then he moved on with Kai. Nothing, I'm with Kai. Then he kind of got real ugly with her. He said she has lies and millions of lies and she's a liar. I'm just geez, where is the love? You once loved her. You wanted to propose to her months ago, but okay. Egypt says, let's close the chapter. He said 14 years of lies. She calls him a narcissist, and I'm just I know one of those. Kai walks up, and he was all smiles, look at my baby walking up. I was just okay. Egypt says, well, do you think the connection just went too far? They show the clips of Kai, being on the show, her saying she was not the help. And I noticed they was showing their faces as they were watching this back. Alexia's face was just disgusted. But Darian over there cheesing, look at my baby. That's how it all got started. I'm just Lord. Egypt asked her, Kai, what was it about Darian? She says everything. He was attractive, he was smooth, he was charming, and she believed what he was telling her, basically. Darian says she was a breath of fresh air. Every time they were around each other, it wasn't contentious. They weren't fighting, and it was just nice to be away from, I guess, the tension in their household at that time. Alexia was just wait, no disrespect to you, Kai, but he downplayed y'all's situation. He said he didn't like you like that. Kai says, I came on the show to date. It was over between them, according to Darian, and they had sex after the third date. But she was let him answer it. No, girl, why you can't answer? They asked you. But okay, girl, maybe it wasn't, maybe the dates are just not accurate and it could have been before then. Who knows? They said how many times. It was definitely more than two. He told, I think he told Alexia that it was just 2 times. Egypt says, well, you knew he was in a relationship. Why not give them time and space to work it out? She says, I did that. I did. All the time. Darian was just no, she did that. She tried. She did. I guess saying it like it was his decision now. I don't know. I'm so confused. Alexia says her energy is 98% Darian and then 2% Kai. That was my man. We were still trying to fix things. Egypt cuts in and says, well, Kai, what's going on with y'all now? Kai says, we're in a relationship. We are. And Egypt says, well, do you think you would have fallback plan? Kai says, I don't know. She says, well, do you think, she asked Alexia, do you think we're together to get back at you? She was just like, yeah. I don't think so. It's hard to tell because it does not seem like he has such affection for Alexia at this point. Like, the way he was talking to her and kind of handling her, to me, it didn't seem like there was just this great level of care for her, in my opinion. But anyway, she says, yes, he told them it's a mistake and he wants to go back home. I know they were living together or whatever. Darian says, we were supposed to come back and propose. Egypt says, well, to Kai, if you know his intentions that day were to break it off with you, ultimately, she would have been his first choice. Kai says, I don't think I did anything wrong. Darian says, no, you didn't. You didn't. Alexia says, you don't think having sex with my boyfriend or my man was wrong? She was just like, no, I don't think so. She said, I don't owe you anything. And I mean, I agree with that part. She doesn't owe Alexia anything. It just still looks bad. I mean, she knew the assignment. Yes. He was telling her things, yes. But at the same time, I mean, you have your own intuition, your own discernment to decide, what this is and what is not. I don't know. I think they are painting her as the villain, and it's not really fair because Darian is the one, not necessarily Kai. But anyway, back to it. Alexia says, you don't owe me anything, but what about Black Girl Magic? Kai was like, girl, what? We are not friends. Black Girl Magic, but she was just calling me thirsty. She was like, that's what he called you. Guess what he said? It was a little bit of a back and forth there for a minute. Darian was just like, I was not your man, girl. Stop saying that. Alexia was just like, you know what? Thank you, Kai. You threw the trash out or took the trash out. Whatever. You knew the agenda. You did it. Kai was like, no, you're trash and insecure and mad. She needs a break from the whole situation. Kai walks off and Darian goes after her. But as he goes, he's like, oh yeah, she a liar. It just seems really odd to me how he's going after Kai and not Alexia. Like, they're like 14 years. Like, it should be more consideration, more handled more delicately than it is, in my opinion. It just, I don't know. I mean, yes, there are things that we don't get a chance to see. I know that. But, like, it's just, the way he's handling her to me does not feel right. It feels like you don't really care. If you don't really care, what was y'all doing for all that time? But anyway, so, and then I watched somebody's review. Dang, I think it was like the Bundy Blue group. And they were like, look at who he's going after. It's Kai. So he cares more about her in this short amount of time than he does seems to care about Alexia. And I'm just like, I mean, yeah. And like, if she's lying, what's she lying about? What Alexia lying about? I want to know. I'm just nosy, so I want to know. But anyway, Kai walks off. She kind of does him like, get off me, get up off me, when he's trying to, like, calm her down or whatever. They go into the restroom and her mic was still on. She asked him, am I the rebound? Are you just trying to get back at her? Tell me the truth. We don't get a chance to hear whatever he said to her. So it cut back to like Egypt and Alexia talking on the stage still. And she was just like, well, you are accountable too. I mean, yeah, you grown, you make your own decisions. So yeah. She says, Egypt says, I can see why she would think they'll be together because of what he was saying. Next we see Kai and Egypt talking. Kai says she feels like Egypt was not trying to understand what she was saying and like her process and things like that. She was kind of being one-sided. Kai says, I was going off of what he was telling me. Egypt was just like, you know what, I don't want y'all to be mad at each other. He is at the center of the whole issue. The problem is Darian. Kai says, I understand how she feels, but it has nothing to do with me. it's to do with him. It always do seem like misdirected when people when women fight over a man. It always seems misdirected. But anyway, he told her, oh, so apparently I guess Alexia was talking crap about Kai to Darian, so Darian told Kai. Messy. That's what women do. I ain't trying to be rude, but just seemed a little messy to me. Egypt says, well, you telling her was a gift to her. And I was like, girl, bye. She was like, she's not mad at you. Y'all shouldn't be mad at each other. Whatever. They still not gonna be friends. They still gonna have Instagram beef, real life beef. And y'all know I recorded that little screenshot. The day after this reunion was filmed, Darian was with Kai. So, I don't know. Dr. Nicole asked them, so what's next for the couples? Eric and Jessica say they're building a house in Orlando, I think it was. And Sean and LaRonda have no dates for the wedding just yet, as of right now. So, that was the end of the show. But, okay. So, I have mixed feelings about this because I've watched some of the lives, not all of them because they're kind of long. But I am going to watch her interview tonight. With Little Black Book. I'll probably watch it tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. If you know a teacher, please thank them. We are stressed. We are tired. We are overwhelmed, being overworked. It's a lot, but we do it because we love the kids. But it's a lot, you guys. It really, really is. And I teach kindergarten. And my son is also in kindergarten. So I go from that to this. And it's just a lot. But it's cool. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy these videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye.